And let me step back and kind of tell you a tale of two judges. I mentioned my father a while ago. In 1977, my dad, who was the chairman of the State Democratic Party, was appointed by President Carter to serve as a federal judge on the old Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. And I was just a young man at the time. Actually, I was a teenager when he first became a judge. But I really enjoyed talking with him about his duties, his responsibilities as a judge on the Fifth Circuit. And any of you who knew my dad knew he loved to talk. So he would regale us with stories all the time. But there was one story, one incident in particular that I remember so clearly. Every now and then, federal courts were called upon to review death penalty cases from the state system. My dad agonized over death penalty cases. Personally, his personal religious convictions led him to believe that death penalty was not appropriate. He really had a problem with the death penalty. But as a judge, your job is not to go by what your heart tells you sometimes. You've got to go by what the law commands you to do, always. And I talked to him about this struggle, and that's how he explained it to me. He said, look, I'm not a legislature. I'm not on the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm simply an appellate judge in the federal system. I do what the law commands me to do. Sometimes my heart tells me to go left in that fork of the road, but I've got to go right if that's what the law commands me to do. That's what being a good judge is all about. That really stuck with me. You don't go with your heart sometimes, and it's tough to do, but you've always got to obey the law. Now, in 2012, in Roy Moore, I saw someone who distorted the law, tried to pervert the law to fit his personal beliefs, his personal worldview. That was the complete opposite to me of what a judge should be. You don't twist the law to fit your own ends. You certainly don't take advantage of divisive politics for your own personal gain. And most importantly, with the position of Chief Justice, it seems to me, more than any other official in Montgomery, the Chief Justice should be there to bring people together rather than divide us. After all, our courts in Alabama are there for all of us. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, your gender, where you come from, who you know. None of that matters when you walk into the courtroom. At least none of that should matter. So the courts are there for everyone. Each of us is entitled to fundamental fairness. That's what justice really is about. And the Chief Justice should be the symbol of that spirit, should really embody that idea of justice and fairness for everyone. So when I see a Chief Justice who tries to divide us, to pit one group against another, who tries to demonize one group of people or another, that's the complete opposite of what a good judge should be, as my father told me. So that's why I ran in 2012 against Roy Moore. And like I said, it was an 80-day whirlwind of a campaign, but I almost beat that rascal. I think I finally wound up about 48.5% of the vote, something like that. So there's no moral victory in politics, but I came away feeling pretty good about that race. I felt proud of what we were able to do, but more importantly, I felt that maybe, just maybe, the people of Alabama were starting to turn that corner. Maybe they were getting tired of the divisiveness, of the ugliness, of the hatred that's in our politics so much. Maybe we just want quiet, competent service from those who we send to Montgomery. So I was really optimistic from that race. And then last December, with Doug Jones' win, that showed us yet again, maybe we are at that point where we can appeal to good, reasonable people in the middle, Democrat, Republican, Independent. Let's just send people to Montgomery who just want to serve us, who want to deal with the real problems we're facing, those problems I talked about like addiction and mental health challenges. Let's select people to go represent us who just want to quietly do their jobs and who aren't interested in the theatrics and the dramatics and being on the front page and getting the sound bites in. Maybe we're at that point. Some might call me naive for thinking this, but more and more, I think we are simply wanting public servants in Montgomery.